Okay, so there were a few slides we had prepared that would help out with the process. The way we will do this session is I will go over the content of some of the slides, and then we can have the panel pitch in and add more to what is there. So if you haven't registered for the career fair yet, we have the link on that is the SurveyMonkey link that you can register for the career fair. It is still open. Please go ahead and register because they had mentioned that they will be closing it on Friday. But since it's still open, you have some window to register for it. One of the first things you might need to do when you go to any career fair is to research the employers. So they haven't posted what employers are coming to the career fair yet, but usually within the last week they will post a list of employers that will come to the career fair. Last year they had Aerotech, they had Infotech, they had Ford, they had a few other employers that were big employers that came to the career fair. So try to look at those employers and try to search online what jobs they are hiring. Strategize how you are going to be approaching each of these employers. And then one of the most important things that you probably need to remember is your resume. So try to get your resume reviewed and bring it with you to the career fair. Make as many paper copies as possible of the resume, because if you just get, let's say, 5 or 6 copies and you end up having more employers, you don't want a situation where you will not have enough resumes. And then we will have to consider other factors that might be affecting you on that day. So remember to check how much your commute is going to take, how much time it's going to take for you to travel to the career fair. Look at the weather, see if it's going to be a hurdle for you to travel and if there are going to be any delays. And then there are other things that you need to prepare, like what you're going to wear for that day, and then check if you have enough material. And one more thing to check is if you are someone who has bad breath, you don't want to be approaching employers with that bad breath. And then I'll pass on to Isra to add any comments on CPT, if how to approach employers or how to prepare before the career fair.
Yep. The tip for the CPT guys for the electrical and the mechanical. I'm from electrical, so I mean, for right now in Michigan, those who are looking for a job, Bosch is hiring, ZFTRW is hiring, Continental is hiring. So prepare your resume. The electrical candidates, just be focused that on your resume you should have a software experience, like a programming experience, that counts a lot. And as far as the Michigan is concerned, the Michigan is mainly focused on automotive. So learn the automotive software like Vehicle Spy, CAN, Lin, everything is there on the internet. Just download the demo version of it and just try to learn this software and put on this on your resume. This counts a lot. And for the mechanical guys, in Michigan there are many jobs on CAD designing. So just be focused on which area do you want to work. First sit and decide whether you want to work as a system engineer, whether you want to work as a validation and test engineer, and whether you want to work as a programmer. So based on this, prepare your resume and approach the industries. And on CPT, many of the students are getting job in Michigan. I mean, this area, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to add something on this, or
so just remember that you might not have the exact employers that Israr is mentioning, but prepare a resume that actually is generically quoted, so that even if you have other employers, you can approach them and get in. So that's the only thing I want to add.
And the consulting companies for mainly which future focus is on Aerotech, Epitech, and Trilon. And if you want to add something to the students, the consulting companies which take students on CPT.
So CPT, you are a student, but it could be something that you have to sell yourself. So you have to show that you're not just taking courses. You have to show that you are able to handle projects. You have to show that you have motivation to succeed. You have to show that you can go just about your coursework and able to deliver, even though you are just a student, or even though you are still a student. So that way, you are selling yourself. Anything you want to add, Shahid?
I think the most important thing would be how you approach the employer. So be confident, because that's what the employer looks. They actually want you to take the initiative and act as a leadership. The leadership skills are very important for the jobs. So as both of the brothers have actually covered most of the points, so I just want to add, like, make sure you approach the employers with a confidence and try to speak as much as possible. Try to engage them in the talk, so that makes you and the employer both comfortable. So that would be very helpful for you guys.
Dawood, would you like to add anything about preparing before the career fair?
Uh, no, just dress well because half the battle is won if you are dressed professionally. Make sure you put up a tie, you get a clean dress, so that the first impression they see you, not what you talk, but the first impression the employers get, or the recruiters or the person standing right in front of you, is your clothes. You have to dress professionally. You have to look sharp, and make sure you are giving your best in terms of getting good clothes. So because what I noticed when I was in the university, we had job fairs. Most of the students they lack here. That's the thing. They come in jeans. They come in multicolored shirts. That's not gonna work. You have to dress professionally. If you are really, it also shows that you respect the front person who is there in front of you. So dress professionally. That's a big thing actually. People always try to, it's just like, oh, nobody cares about your clothes. No, they do care about how you are dressed. Because if you are dressed professionally, they assume you are a professional. And you are here seriously looking for a job. Not just come in just like one friend told you. No. Dress professionally, inshallah, you will get good results. Yeah, that's from my